Hey there! Welcome to my home. I'm Terry Moose Butler and this is Moos'n Around the Kitchen. This month we're going to focus on the theme of love because it is February. So tonight I'm going to make something that my boys absolutely love, and that's my homemade sliders. We're going to do 4 styles. We're going to do a bacon cheeseburger, a chili cheeseburger, a pizza style slider, and then a beer cheese brat slider. I'm excited for you guys to see how this turns out, and my boys are excited to eat it. All right, let's get cooking. All right, for tonight's sliders, these are just the toppings. So the hamburgers will be seasoned with the Lowry's. We've got the bacon and the cheese slices for the bacon cheeseburgers, and then I will make a sauce using the ketchup, the mayo, and the mustard. Of course, I'll put some sliced pickles on there as well. As we move along here, we have the beer cheese, which I will be making for the Beer Cheese Brat Burgers. And then we have the pizza sauce, Parmesan and pepperoni, mozzarella, and the garlic and herb, which will go on the pizza burger. And then I'll move this back over here. And then we have the chili powder to go along with the cheese slices for the chili cheeseburger. All right, so please keep in mind, you do not need all of these ingredients. I am doing 4 different burgers here tonight. But on the side, I have the carrots that I'm going to do with a brown sugar and butter glaze. And in the back there, you see the crispy crowns, which I will bake. Throw some of the cheese on there for the boys. And the meat will be seasoned with the Lowry's. Some of it will be seasoned with the chili powder. And then we have our onion there, which will get diced up, and we will bake our burgers on top of that, a la a famous restaurant that makes sliders. And any type of beef, up to you. If you want to do the 10%, 5% fat, whatever you prefer. I have a mild Italian sausage. This will also get cooked on the minced garlic. And of course, you cannot forget the King's Hawaiian rolls, and those are going to be your buns. But you just wait and see until this all comes together. It's going to be great. All right, let's get cooking. All right, I know that was a lot of ingredients, and I certainly don't expect you to get all of those ingredients. There are a few, though, that are going to be necessary. That's going to be the onions and the garlic for making the burgers. Everything else you can really just pick and choose what you think looks good to you that I cooked tonight. And I really hope that everything looks good to you tonight and that you're willing to try each and every one of these. But you don't have to do all 4 the same night if you don't want to. All right, let's get cooking. All right, stage 1 is prepping the meat. So basically we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take, this is about 1.5 pound hamburger here. We have split it up into 2. And for 1 whole pan, 1.5 pounds is going to do. So for half of the pan, though, we're going to do the chili cheeseburgers. And I'm just going to put some chili powder on here. Do this to taste as you prefer. I like a lot of chili. This is probably one that my boys aren't going to eat. They like the bacon cheeseburgers. So for the bacon cheeseburgers, we're just going to season that with the Lowry's. Now, of course, we're going to get some cross-contamination here tonight, but that's totally okay. And you're just going to mash these together and get that seasoning into that burger. And anyone that's made a burger before, you certainly understand how this works. It's just working in that seasoning right into the meat. All right, so the first pan of meat is just about ready to go. I do want to let you know that you can use whatever pan that you feel is best. You can use one of these baking dishes, or you can use a glass baking dish. Either works just fine. So now we're going to get the dish ready to go. Of course, we want to get this first layer of onion and garlic down, because then our burger is going to cook right on top of this. Get that spread out evenly. And then we have our chili cheeseburger here. So we're going to get this flattened a little bit before we just plop it on top of there. The chili cheeseburger, of course, the history behind that is, if you go back to the chili history, the Aztecs eating the conquistadors. The bacon cheeseburger, though, on the other hand, which is going to be this one. This actually is about 100 years old. It was invented in Kentucky, of all places, at an A&W restaurant. So let's go ahead and get that down. So now these patties here, they're gonna fill the entire bottom of the pan here. And being that they're sliders, they are intended to be thin. So don't worry about that part. I'm gonna go ahead and get these smashed down into the pan, and then we will come back to the other parts of the burger here in just a moment. All right, so as you can see, the pan is filled with our burger, and this will shrink up a little bit. The buns here aren't gonna fill up the entire pan, but that's okay, because this will shrink up. So now I'm just gonna mark off the chili side here with just a little sprinkle of chili powder. And then we will mark off the cheeseburger side with a little bit of Lowry's. All right, this pan is ready to go into the oven. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to the part that's gonna be our brat burger and our pizza burger. So we'll go ahead, not much seasoning needs to be added to this. We just want to combine these two meats here. And this is gonna be about 1.5 pounds of meat as well. And we're just gonna go ahead and get this mixed in, and we're gonna throw this into the other pan, and then we'll get everything cooking. And I'm excited for you guys to see how this all turns out. All right, we've got the carrots going here. I'm gonna add a little brown sugar to that in just a moment to get that glaze going, but the pans are ready to be popped into the oven. I have it set at 400 degrees, and we're gonna cook these for 20 minutes. And it's really that simple. All right, so we have the meat in the oven. Now the next thing, logically, is getting these buns ready. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop these out. I strongly suggest that you have a good bread cutting knife. And again, this puppy saves the day. Here's all of our toppings ready to go. Right now I've got the beer cheese sauce cooking, and you know, use whatever you want as far as for your beer. I just like a nice lager, nice light beer to make my cheese sauce. And I know some of you are probably wondering, you know, how am I making some of this stuff? The sauce I will go into more depth on another episode where I make some cheeseburgers out at my cabin in Michigan. But here we go. That's really all you need to do for these. And when we're ready to go, the meat will go in, we'll bake these again, and we'll just use a pizza cutter to cut everything up. I do suggest using about 6 slices of cheese. You don't have to use Velveeta, use cheddar, use whatever you want. Provolone, I don't care. Not too much. Pepperoni is going to be needed. I may have overdone it on the bacon. We're going to use this cheese. We got the mozzarella as well. This is the parm. And then this little sauce here is for just the classic burger. This is just a mixture of mustard, ketchup, mayo, and the diced pickles. All right. Oh, and of course, don't forget the pizza sauce going on the pizza burger. That's pretty much it, folks. Once the burgers are ready to come out, I will put all these delicious toppings on the burgers. I will bake them again for about another 5 minutes, and everything will be ready to go. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. All right, so now we have the meat out of the oven, and I have the oil drained out of the pans. Not fully drained, we want to leave some of it in there for that traditional slider style value. I have the bottom half of the buns in, the meat on top, and we're just going to go ahead, just easy, you know, place this bacon on there for your bacon cheeseburger. Here, let's get that like that. And then it's just the cheese. Go right on there. Again, 6 slices should work for you. There's other options too. Of course, you don't have to do burger. You could do a pulled pork type sandwich. You could do a rodeo burger with barbecue and onion rings. Really, whatever you think is gonna make you the happiest. Now we got all the toppings on there. We do not want to forget our classic sauce, which will go on this side. There we go. And you just throw the buns right on top. This will go in for 5 minutes, and that's it. All right, now here is our other pan, and we'll get our buns laid down and our layer of meat. Now for these ones, we're going to do a little bit of pizza sauce here. Let's pour that right on. We'll get that spread out. Then we'll throw on our pepperonis. These are our pizza burgers. And then mozzarella. Get that spread out a little bit. You could put other toppings on here as well, I suppose, if you like mushrooms, peppers, more onion. And then we'll put some of that Parmesan on there. And then for the Brat Burger, the special beer cheese. Gosh, this smells so good. I cannot wait to taste this. Now we're just going to go ahead and throw our buns on there. This as well will go in for another 5 minutes and everything will be ready to go. So let's go ahead and get it done. All right, the timer just went off, so it's time to get everything out of there. It smells so good. All right. There's one dish and the other. So let's take a look at how everything looks here. That's it, folks. So now we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut these up real quick with our little handy dandy pizza cutter, and then we'll serve them and I'll let you know how everything turned out. All right, that's it, everybody. Super quick, easy, simple meal. Just want to thank you for watching tonight. If you liked it, please click that like button, subscribe, share. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear any suggestions that you have about some way you could do it different or something that I could do better for the show. I would love to hear what you have to say, but please share this video with your friends. One other thing I'd like to remind you of is that next Friday is Valentine's Day, so I will be posting on Thursday. Hopefully you will like what I have prepared for Thursday, that you'll consider making it for your loved one on Valentine's Day. Oh, of course, I have to try this. I hope you make these because they're so good. All right, everybody, I just want to thank you. I am Terry Moose Butler. This has been Moos'n Around the Kitchen, and happy cooking.